In this video, we are going to talk about Patanjali and its promoter, Baba Ramdev. We are going to talk about the story of Patanjali, both the good and the bad, and also about its valuations. Well, there are two versions of the story of Patanjali. The bad version talks about how Patanjali is using the tag of Ayurveda to mislead customers, how it is scaring customers about their health to drive them to Patanjali. This is the bad story about Patanjali. The good version talks of how Baba Ramdev saw that the health of Indians was being compromised and how he created products that actually help maintain the health of Indians through chikatsalayas and health centers, and consumer products that actually improve health. Now, which story to believe is up to you. We will present you with both the sides and then you can choose. But more importantly, we will also do a business case study and valuation of Patanjali. Because after all, many people would want to know whether the stock is a good buy or not. But whatever reasons we have shared till now, they are not the only reason that Patanjali has become such a success. There is a tremendous marketing machine that Patanjali has built behind the scenes. And best of all, this machine does not require money, but generates sales, all the while turning people into lifelong customers. So the big question is, what is this machine and how can we value it? Because after all, we want to see if we can make money as shareholders. The number one source of this marketing machine is to show that you are the expert, and then people will believe whatever you say. And this has been mastered by Baba Ramdev very well. The second source of this funnel is unique positioning. Just imagine, India is an 8 lakh crore FMCG market, and many companies are competing here for 50 years. And yet, no one went for the Ayurveda or nationalism positioning. So it was written in the stars that whoever takes this positioning will get the blue ocean or a virgin market. While one company could get 20 to 30% of the market share, the other 50 odd companies would be fighting in the red ocean. The third source of this marketing machine is to create many products in the background but give consumers only a small taste for free. Then if they like it, your sales can go up manyfold as you have a huge array of products. The fourth source, which is probably the most important, is that you show people a problem they have and then you apply salt on it. So up till now, they were living with this health problem, but now it has suddenly become unbearable. Now when you tell them that you have a solution, they cannot wait to buy because the problem has become unbearable. The marketing funnel is just one part of the story because they also have a distribution funnel. So there are 3 stages to this distribution funnel. Unlike other FMCG companies that sell products through normal kirana outlets, Patanjali starts from the basics. So first, there are the health clinics called chikatsalayas. Here, Patanjali has kept Ayurveda doctors and they run tests and give genuine advice. But the catch is that most of the medicines and products they recommend, they belong to Patanjali. Now the person is told that if you want to maintain your health, then you must do yoga and exercise also. And they tell you, don't worry, we have our own health and wellness centers, Arogya Kendras, go there. Next, the person is sent to the Arogya Kendra. Here, he is given the application-based knowledge of yoga and Ayurveda. So he starts doing regular yoga, pranayam and exercise. As a result, the person begins to feel more healthy. Because if anyone will start on a good diet and exercise, he will definitely start feeling healthier than before. Now, this person has become a loyal customer. So now, the Arogya Kendra trainers will tell him, if you want to remain healthy, change in lifestyle is a must. And to change your lifestyle, you cannot have Western products like colas, but need Indian products. So he is guided to Swadeshi Kendras where he can buy only Patanjali products. In this way, the consumer has become a captive consumer of Patanjali. Whereas other companies are running expensive advertisements fighting for customers, here Patanjali has captured the entire lifetime value of a customer for free. Patanjali also has many other customer-friendly practices like cheap pricing. as they source directly from farmers. They have products for all price points so that people with different budgets can buy their products. As a result, we view Patanjali's moat as very strong. But as stock investors, more than the story, we should look at numbers. So we want to help you evaluate Patanjali stock by looking at its valuation and how investors can reap returns in the future. We have a very simple way of looking at the sources of a stock return. Basically, stocks have two advantages over bonds. The first is that the earnings of a stock can grow with time, while that of a bond is flat. And we see very high chances of Patanjali's earning growing because of their moat and unique positioning. The second source is that many a times a stock can be revalued higher as markets catch up to the increased earnings. This is the second source. Third source is that like a bond gives an interest or a coupon. Like if an HDFC corporation bond gives a 7% interest, then that's the only return that a bondholder can get. In case of a stock, this is nothing but the earning yield, which we can get by dividing 1 by the PE. So in the case of Patanjali, its PE is 37. Therefore, the earning yield is 1 divided by 37 or roughly 3%. But Patanjali has been growing its sales at 40% every year in the last 10 years, even though its profits have been growing much slower at 20%. Since Patanjali is already a big organization, we cannot expect it to continue with the same 40% growth in the future. So if we estimate the sales growth of Patanjali at 20% and profit growth at 15%, then this 15% growth is a second source of the returns from Patanjali stock. Now we come to the final part, which is the revaluation. See, to calculate the fair PE, you can do lots of calculations. But there is a rule of thumb for this, which is 1.5 times the growth is the fair PE. So if Patanjali will grow at 15% in the future, then the fair PE is 15 into 1.5 or 23 times. But Patanjali's PE currently is 37. So this PE can come down even as Patanjali's profits grow, as the market is expecting much more growth. If we assume that this PE will correct in 5 years, then we can expect a 40% correction in 5 years or 8% per year. Now, if we put all these three sources together, then Patanjali's shareholder returns per year may look like this. 3%, which is the yield, plus 15%, which is the potential growth, less 8%, which is the revaluation downwards. So the sum total of all this is just 10%. Now 10% returns a year is not bad. But when you can get 7% returns on safe bonds, then you need to earn at least 14% a year to justify stock investments. So we think Patanjali is a quality company with a good moat. But it is better to wait for time correction or price corrections and then buy the Patanjali stock. Please note that what we are stating are just examples to educate investors and should not be taken as an investment advice. Investors should do their own investigation before buying any financial product, or they can go to SEBI registered advisors. With that, we come to an end of this video on Patanjali.